Super Dave here with another review.
In the pyramid of Third Earth, it is Mumm-ra the Everliving! Mumm-ra, I will transform into the mighty Mumm-ra! Thundercats! Thundercats! Ho! It's Super Dave here again with another Thundercats review. And it's exciting because this is one of those big bad toy store exclusives. That's right, we have Mumm-ra the Everliving. Just look at him. He is looking spectacular there. Just take a look. Isn't he amazing? Sorry for the ring. I've been trying to figure out how to get rid of that. At the angle right there to be able to see him. But he is looking so cool. Yes. 2 heads. A cool sword. Accessories. Man, this is, for us Motu fans, this is screaming Anti-Eternia He-Man fodder. I mean, this guy looks like he stepped out of Anti-Eternia and teamed up with He-Man for sure. And has ultimates on the top. There's some boring legalese on the bottom. But look at this cool artwork on the back. Mumm-ra the Everliving! All right, and there's a little bio write-up if you'd like to pause and read that now. You certainly can, but let's go break open this Mumm-ra and check him out over here in the evil pyramid of Third Earth. And first, let's take a look at our black and red Mumm-ra the Everliving's accessories. And first of all, Mumm-ra comes with 3 sets of hands. He comes with this open, like gesturing style set of hands, and they're black there, as you can see. It's kind of hard to see. There we go. Hard to see what they are. Then he comes with these pair of balled up fisted hands there, and then he comes with 2 pair of weapon holding hands. All of these are horizontally hinged. He comes with 2 head sculpts. He comes with this open mouth head sculpt, as well as a closed mouth head sculpt, complete with the red, tattered, torn, Mumm-ra-ish cloth pieces. And so kind of interesting. We haven't seen a Mumm-ra wrapped in red cloth pieces, but anyway. And then he comes also with this big cape, this cloth wired cape with the ability to tab in the little holes onto the cuffs of his wrists. You can just kind of hook them on, and they are hard to get to stay on, but you can have to kind of position his arms and his hands in such a way that he can have those attached. And you see that cape is tattered looking there, and around the edges and on the back it is black, as you can see there. And it's a very high quality, very high grade style material and cape overall. So Mumm-ra is just looking awesome. He also comes with 3 weapons. He comes with his big giant sword blade, 2-ended sword blade, and you know the handle is reminiscent, I forget the name of it, but it's reminiscent of that weapon that came with our mummy type Mumm-ra there before he transforms, that little relic right there. But anyway, it is able to split in the middle, and we'll show you that here in just a few moments. It also comes with this squiggly bladed dagger and this is new, a red and black sword. And that is really cool looking. So all of it is that red and black theme. But that is his accessories. Now let's take a look at Mumm-ra's Articulation. All right, here we are with our Mumm-ra, bringing him on in a little closer here. Just look at this awesome figure. He is definitely an awesome specimen. I've got him holding his sword here, as you can see. It's got like some little scarring on it. All right, let's go ahead and look at the articulation. Our Mumm-ra is going to barely be able to turn his head. He's going to be able to turn a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right there, as you can see. But he's not going to get any up. He's not going to get any down. He's not going to get any pivot. It's pretty much a static head. I mean, with the exception of being able to turn a little bit. And some of that is because of the cape underneath it. But it doesn't get much more than that even when the cape's not on there. Now the arms, and this one is the one I was telling you about on mine, will not stay on here because this side for some reason is longer than this side. Now this side has been staying pretty decently as far as being able to keep it on there because of the tension. It's only kept on there because there's some tension holding it on that little hook around his wrist. See, there's 1, 2 little hooks, and you can put it on whichever one it'll reach, and it'll barely reach those, so it gets the tension on that one. But this one is longer, so it'll go almost to the end of his fist. And I don't care which way I put his arm, you know, it's not staying. I can put it on this. Let me just see if I can reach the sword here and see that wrist is loose. And there are some loose joints on this guy too. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the arms. He's going to be able to go out as far as like that, a T-pose pretty decently. Gets a good T-pose there. Looks good. And let's go ahead and remove the cape from that side and show you that he'll go full 360 here. He does have bicep swivel. He also has elbow swivel at that single jointed elbow, which doesn't even get 90 degrees. That's as far as it'll go. It'll go out that far, go in about that far, and there's still a strap around here. But all the black just kind of covers that up, as you can tell. And then he has, of course, the ability to hinge and swivel, and all these wrists, regardless of which set, are horizontally hinged. And then as we move on to the diaphragm, we have the traditional classics buck type crunch position, and it does pop a little bit, as you heard there. I'll move this one out of the way too, and you can see he gets a pretty good amount of ability to crunch forward, and then he's going to get a decent amount of ability to bend back as well. So that is excellent. Gets a real good amount. Now it's not a ball joint, it's a hinge, so that's all you get. But you will be able to turn at the waist, and that skirt does move out of the way a little bit, so you'll be able to do that. All right, he's not going to be able to get full splits because of the skirt. We don't get a slit here this time, so there's no slit, but that's about as far out as his legs are going to go. He does have thigh rotation. He's only going to be able to kick out about that far. He'll be able to kick back a little bit. He's got single jointed knees, and again here we get very limited motion. That's as far back as it goes. That's as much as that knee bends. You do get the knee rotation here, and then you also have the ability to go almost full tiptoes there with that foot. Goes up a really decent amount, and you get excellent rockers. He's got a firm foundation, and he gets a peg hole in the bottom, so that is really nice. No drop down method, nothing else to speak of, so it's very limited articulation like we are used to with this particular type. I'll call it classics buck. But let's go ahead and switch heads and just make sure there's no difference in the range of motion. I don't believe there is. All right, you see this other head sculpt here, and of course, again, you can get a little bit more of a turn, I guess because the jaw's not coming down as much. You can turn it a little easier. You're really not going to get any amount. See, it pops off, and I'll just show you, since it did that, that's how you install the cape. It just has a hole there. You can put that there. I'll remove that just for a moment, and then we'll see if we get any more motion. Yeah, he's not going to be able to look up any at all. He's not going to be able to look down unless you use the ab crunch, and he doesn't get any head pivot to speak of. It's going to be frozen basically looking there, so nothing to speak of on that point. You can see the silver trim on those snakes on the front there, that logo. Show you the back here since we've got the cape off, how the tattered cloth rubber pieces that are simulating tattered cloth wrap around. You see he has his traditional head dress that we're used to, just all of it in that black and red and silver, in this case, theme. All right, let me go ahead and show you the big sword. And here you can see his giant blade. Man, that thing is taller than he is. Look at there. He's at least 8 inches tall, and that thing is probably about almost 12, 11 and a half inches tall. But it will break in the middle here so that you can separate it, and he can hold them separately. They did that so it fit in the box, basically. But that is cool. And then they just plug in together there, so you could have it turning opposite directions. And I guess you could technically, if you wanted to, no, it won't plug in that way. It only plugs in, I think, one direction. Yeah, because of the shape of it. It's one side square, one side's kind of more of a round. But you can see there how that works. Looking cool. Looking really neat there. And now, let's do some comparisons. And here is our black and red Mumm-ra next to his normal looking colored self there, Mumm-ra the Everliving, the original one. I do not have the translucent one, and I did not order the glowing eyes one because I just don't need those. This is the one that I really wanted, and I really like this one to go along with my new, Anti-Eternia He-Man, which we'll look at that in just a minute in comparisons. And then to compare him to another big guy, there is Mongor. Just take a look at how cool he looks beside this Mongor. Yes, really neat. That Mongor is just so impressive looking. So neat, his details. And I'm pretty satisfied with this Mumm-ra. I mean, it has a little bit of a cheap feel to it, just the hollow chest and the the way the cape won't hook on, and I don't know, the feel of the head. This one actually, to me, had a little bit more of a quality feel, and maybe it's because of the type of plastic they used over here, but this one, is still my favorite. This is the definitive Mumm-ra the Everliving, and his cape holds on pretty good on both sides. Of course, you're supposed to use the black for the background on this one and the red on this one. Of course, you could do it either way because this has red on one side. So I might have to try to swap the capes and see if it's the layout of the figure or if it's the cape itself. But they're pretty much identical. You can check out my review on this dude here. But yeah, and on all of these. Mongor, you can check out my review on him. But let's look at some other comparisons in this line. Alright, I reversed that cape, and it does seem to peg on a little better. I don't know why it pegs on better with the black side showing, but instead of the red side, I have the black side showing now. And I've got his other head attached, and I've got him perched up on that stand like I had the other Mumm-ra, so you can kind of see what he looks like. Looking really cool. There he is with Monkey-in. There he is with Slive. And there also he is with Rataro, looking awesome. And then Allura over here. So you can see how these guys measure up. Just looking phenomenal. Really looking good here. Just really enjoying this particular Mumm-ra. But now, without further ado, I've got to check him out with, that's right, Anti-Eternia He-Man. Because this is a mainly Motu action figure channel, and we just gotta see how he looks with Masters of the Universe Classics, Anti-Eternia He-Man, and my custom Anti-Eternia Battle Cat. And here we are with our Mumm-ra the Everliving next to our Anti-Eternia He-Man with his Anti-Eternia Battle Cat custom, and that is a Hordak MX custom battle Anti-Eternia He-Man head sculpt there. So that is looking really good. He's got his shield. He's got his black battle axe and battle sword. That's like the Alcala version. But I've always liked Anti-Eternia He-Man. And I had a extra. You can check out my custom. I think I did a video on it a long time ago, but you can check out my custom video on that. I had a broken Battle Cat leg. His back leg was broken, so I painted it. I glued it on and painted it black, as you can see, and made out of a classics a broken leg. Then I was able to get another one that's not broken, that's the regular green and yellow, but this one is awesome because it goes perfect with our Anti-Eternia He-Man. But just look how these look. And then there is Classics Horde Prime from the Motu Classics. And then there is our Hordak from Masterverse from the Revolution series. So you have these red and black themed characters here all together looking epic, looking really good here together. I just think that is a good look. Very cool. Right here inside the pyramid. And thank you for joining us for this Super Dave review as we have taken a look at this awesome Mumm-ra the Everliving. And we enjoyed you coming and being a part of this review. Come back and see us soon. You see a Mythic Legions Crow over here. That's an old figure, but he's cool. And Anti-Eternia He-Man and Battle Cat. It has been fun. Hope to see you again soon and be blessed. Here's some photos in the photo gallery.